All right, so this video is going to be for you all trekking pole tent folks. This is a trekking pole hang for your backpack. It makes it really convenient when you're inside your tent to be able to access your backpack. It just goes like this. You can come all the way inside. You can see, you can get whatever you need out of it and then put it right back outside. The other thing it does for you, it gets it up off of the ground, which is real important for moisture, rodents, ants, insects. It just is going to limit that access just a little bit for them. The other thing it does is it creates a lot of extra room in your tent and it keeps it under the vestibule. So you can have the same thing on the other side. This particular tent has 2 vestibules. So me and my partner each have one of these hangs, and it allows us to gain a bunch of extra space, but also keep our equipment nice and dry and clean. So we have a couple options for doing this. I'm going to show them both to you. The one that I have set up right now is a hook. I made it out of steel, and I used Kevlar string because it's really strong and super lightweight. The only drawback with Kevlar is it doesn't burn, so you actually do have to glue the ends, or you just leave them frayed like this. So this option right here is really nice because it's got a nice long cord on it, and it allows you to really bring the bag inside the tent. Now, the drawback from this is it is looped around the top of the trekking pole, so if you forget to put this on while you're setting up your tent, you're gonna have to unhook it and rehook it. That's a little drawback. The other thing is it's a little heavier. I think this thing weighs about 4 grams, which isn't a ton, but when you're talking about the alternate option, which only weighs 1 gram, you can see where, if you're an ultralight person, you can save a little bit of weight by going this other route. So the other route is a simple cinch knot, and you can use something like an extra tent stake or a stick you pick up off the ground. And let me see if I can do this while I'm sitting here. You're just gonna slide it through here, and then you're gonna use that stake as your new hook. And this one is a little more cumbersome, so, but it works. And you can still get the pack inside, it just doesn't give you as much motion, but it does work really nice. The other advantage of this particular one is, since this is a cinch knot that's on here, it will allow you to move it up and down. So I can bring it all the way down to the ground and it'll hang, or I can slide it up the pole, tighten it up, and it'll hang up there as well. So big advantage there to be able to adjust, especially if you switch sides with your partner, you forget, and then you can adjust that really easily. One of the other drawbacks of this is it is a little bit cumbersome to put up, whereas this, you have a nice hook, it's easy, you pick up your pack, you put it on, boom, you're done. It's that easy. So pros and cons to each. I personally like to go for the lightweight just because every gram counts, but the longer one also is a great option. One thing I do like about having the longer one, let's see if I can take it off here, might collapse the tent a little bit. The nice thing about having the long one is when you're out and about, it gives you an extra hookup point. So if you want to hang something from a tree branch or something like that, you can easily slide this through and cinch it up, and now you have another hang point. Makes it real easy. For 4 grams, well worth keeping in your kit. All right, let me give you a little instruction on how to make one of these. The length overall is going to depend on the thickness of your trekking pole. Most trekking poles are about the same, but depending on if you're going to attach it up here at the skinnier part or down here on the thicker part, you may need to lengthen this or shorten this a little bit. But the basic idea is you want to be able to wrap this around and through once, and then twice, and then this goes through and it pulls tight. Don't worry about all these crossing. It doesn't really matter how they fall. It's gonna hold once you cinch it up. So that gives me a couple of attachment points. I can either put my tent peg through here and hang. I can also put my tent peg through here and hang, or my stick. So I just have a couple of options there just to make it easier on myself. So once again, let me take this apart here, show you how that goes on. It's really easy to put up. So it's 2 wraps. You take the loop end, put it through, wrap it between itself, then you're gonna wrap it between itself again. And then once on that next one, you're just gonna take this running end, put it through the loop, and cinch it up. So that's about it for that. So it's pretty straightforward. Now let's talk about this other solution that we have. Again, it's going to depend on how far you're going to hang it down. Some people want their packs higher off the ground, some people want them lower. So you're going to make it long enough. I made this just long enough to fit over the end of my trekking pole. This particular tent has the trekking pole with the tip up, so it slides on nice and easy. Other trekking pole tents have the trekking pole inverted, so it's a handle on top, so you just got to figure out an alternative method to attach it up top. And then in the bottom, again, I use some a steel hook. It's heavier than aluminum, and if I had some aluminum wire, I would make it out of aluminum. But this is all I had around, so that's what I made it out of. I made the hook as small as I could to actually have it, cinch onto my backpack or collect it. And I just bent it over, made it nice and easy. If you make it out of aluminum, it'd also be a lot easier to bend into place, but you're probably gonna have to go up a couple of gauges, because something this thin in aluminum will probably just bend right back into place. But I do have other aluminum hooks that I've made out of thicker gauge wire that work really well. But that's about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips. I'm always thinking about backpacking, so you don't have to. All of my solutions are going to be cheap. I do buy really expensive equipment because I prefer to stay in the ultralight realm, but all of my modifications are super cheap. So follow me for more tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.